In a nutshell, I started Taekwondo because I really wasn't happy doing anything else. I didn't have a lot of passions. I come from a long line of soccer players. You know, my grandpa played soccer back in Vietnam. My dad played soccer all of his life, and so does my brother.
I remember in some of the games, he was more into talking to, players on both sides. He didn't care that much about the game. So I kind of knew that soccer wasn't his game. And by some observations, I knew that he's gonna do good in martial arts.
We eventually found, this hole in the wall, rinky-dink Taekwondo studio, and from the second I walked in, I loved it. I wanted to do everything that they were doing.
He started when he was about 6 years old. He picked it up by himself and he never looked back.
So the Olympic sprinter Michael Johnson once said, the key to success is natural talent times hard work. And I had the natural talent, I just didn't have the hard work. So, once I got to a certain age, I really started dedicating myself to, being the best in the gym and then going out there and then being the best in the tournament.
I always told Philip, don't put too much pressure on yourself to win it. Just go in there and give your best. And if you win it, it's great. If you lose it, and if you know that you give your best, that's all I ask.
This is my gold medal that I got in 2010. This was in Orlando, Florida, as my national championship medal. And no one expected me to win. I didn't expect me to win. My family didn't, my coaches didn't, my teammates didn't. I was touted as one of the lowest seeds going into the tournament. I barely even qualified to get into the tournament. So a part of me even now really wonders how I won. In a perfect world, I should have gotten the bottom 25% in the tournament, but I won my first few fights and I saw the gold medal within my grasp and I just went for it. It was really tough. I didn't beat anyone in that tournament by more than 1 or 2 points.
I think he was born for martial art. Things come to him so easily. A lot of technical things. It takes people hours or months or even years to master a technique. And it comes to Philip just like that. He's that talented.
In 2011, the entire season, I won every single tournament. I had this newfound confidence in myself. However, what I lacked from the previous year is the same work ethic that I had. I thought that I can beat anybody. I was really, really foolish going into 2011 Nationals. And I won most of my fights. However, I came up short in my last fight, in my finals, and I got silver. This year, after I lost, I just walked back to, the holding area. I walked back to, where my teammates were and I just cried.
In any sport, you win some and you lose some, right? So he lost a lot, but he never gave up. That's the most important thing. He kept on improving. He learned from his losses. One technique in Taekwondo is what we call the 720 kick. I never saw him practice at home or even at school, and he just mastered it.
For all of 2012, I worked harder than I ever had in my entire life. At least 3 hours a day, every single day over the course of the next year. And I showed up here to 2012 Junior National Championships in Dallas, Texas, and it wasn't even close. I blew everybody out of the water. The first 7 years, I was below average. I would go to tournaments and I wouldn't even come close to even medaling. But I still did it. I still loved going to practice. Not because I was winning, but because I just loved the sport. But ironically enough, when I did start winning, I found that I hated walking into practice. I just liked the idea of winning.
Taekwondo is not about punching, kicking, or fighting. It's way of life.
I think I realized to myself that my days in Taekwondo were numbered. And ultimately, I just came to the decision in late 2013 that it was time to stop.
I'm sad because I feel like he wasted his talent, So I hope that he'll come back. He'll come back someday, just to keep it as a sport.
At least once a week, he asks me to go back. He doesn't tell me that I should. He asks me, Philip, can you please just get back to the gym and train again? You don't need to compete. But I just don't have it in me anymore. And when I tell him that, I can always see this look of pain in his eyes, and it kills me that, I have to do that to him.
I never asked him to come back to compete or anything. I just asked him to keep practicing it because he was born for Taekwondo. Even his master say that.
I feel like I've exhausted the resources that I could have gained from Taekwondo, and I want to venture into other things. I want to step out of my comfort zone. That's why I went out and joined a fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi. That's why I am a part of the executive board in Alpha Kappa Psi. I want to look at other organizations too. I want to be very worldly.
He turned 20 today, right? So whatever I taught him, that's his luggage right now, right? It's too late now, right? So I hope that Taekwondo and the foundation that we set for him the last 20 years, he makes good choices for his life.